issue that's gone under the radar as well. But one of the things I do talk about in the new book, which I think is sort of very relevant to the Men in Black mystery, is the controversy surrounding what's become known as the black-eyed children, which many of you might have heard of. And in many respects, it's sort of even creepier than the Men in Black. For those who aren't aware of it, the black-eyed children phenomenon, well, it first began to be reported in the sort of mid-2000s, but we've got reports that now predate that by decades in some cases. And so it pushes things back far into the distant past. But typically, they're like the Men in Black. They turn up on people's doorsteps late at night. They look the same. They've got very pale skin. And in the same way that the Men in Black wear black suits and fedoras, well, the black-eyed children wear black hoodies. So there's even like a hat component or a head covering. And with hindsight, I think a lot of this is done to try and camouflage how they look. Everybody who's got close to the Men in Black has said that if you passed them on the street late at night and you take a good look at them, you wouldn't notice too much. But if you get too close to them, they have, like I said, this waxy white skin. It's almost like glossy. And one of the people described why it was so weird was because they couldn't tell how old this person was. Was he sort of 50 or was he 30 or was he 70? But the skin was like the texture and appearance of a baby, which would look really weird. And that's kind of the same with the black-eyed children. Their skin is sort of almost like what they call like porcelain white, and just extremely smooth. And like the Men in Black, they try and find every way to get into the house. The Men in Black, granted they wait to be invited, the black-eyed children ask, can we use the telephone? We've got to phone our parents. Can you loan us some money? We're lost, that kind of thing. For the most part, people haven't, as far as I know at least, no one's ever let them in, because when they catch sight of these completely black eyes, not surprisingly, they slam the door on them. And when I say completely black eyes, we're not just talking about the middle, we're talking about the entirety of the eye. And there's no doubt that there are clear-cut parallels between the women in black, the black-eyed children, the Men in Black. And another issue that surfaced in the last few years, which many of you may have heard of as well, is the